It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
And Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the Bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
And welcome into a Monday on the sports, in the Sports Kingdom. Yours truly, Big Mike, back from the weekend with my guy Rob Calloway. This is the Sports Kings podcast, as being heard on Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, SPREAKER.com. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live. You can also email the show with any questions, comments, any type of suggestions that you may have, or if you'd like to become a sponsor of the show. We're doing hourly sponsorships right now. You can email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. Yep, the weekend's over, and we're back recording another Sports Kings podcast. Some of you are happy, some of you may not be so happy. But, Rob, how was your weekend, sir?
Yes, sir.
Before we get too in-depth with anything here.
Well, still with basketball. A lot of basketball going down. NCAA tournament. Got my fix this weekend. So, I'm really more than overloaded with basketball.
I know, right?
Didn't really. What did I do? I really didn't do that. I didn't do anything this weekend, to be honest with you, man. But that's all I did. Now that I think about it, that's a good weekend, huh?
Good for you.
I had absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, because, down here in Atlanta, it rained yesterday a lot. It just rained and rained and rained and rained. It was one of those, feeling type of days. So, yeah, it wasn't, I don't know. I went to church yesterday. Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, you did say you were going to church.
Yeah, I did. Got caught up on a bunch of reading for the show today as well during church. So that might be a thing.
What?
Oh, yeah. I got some good stuff.
No.
Oh, what you talking about?
You were prepping in church?
Please believe it. And what better place to do it in?
Man,
oh, yeah.
More like a Al Bundy type deal, man. Like listening to the game in church. Like, what? Like, dude.
Well, if I could have. If I could have. What you mean? I thought the Lord said, come as you are. I came with things on my mind. I had to read.
Yeah,
I felt like reading.
He said, come as you are, but don't come in here and be doing work. That's like, imagine if somebody just whipped their laptop out in the middle of church and start doing work.
By all means.
Like, come on.
Go right ahead. No better place to do it in. Yeah, I got a lot of reading done, too. Only thing, I was so tired, too. I was, real sleepy because I had to wake up early and drive all the way to Ackworth, to get there, at 10:30. So that was kind of ugh. But, yeah, dude, I got some good reading in. Some stuff that I've been wanting to talk about for probably about a year now. And I got to really kind of get into it, find out that somebody actually. A year? Yeah, some baseball stuff I wanted to talk about that's actually.
Okay.
It's actually back in the news. It's been in the news recently for the last couple of weeks. I've been seeing this name. But before I start, delving into whatever, because we'll get to that point at some point during one of tonight's hours. Rob already talked about it. Basketball happened all over everyone's face all weekend. So we're going to talk about, well, the things I have in my notes are just some of the other things that happened besides the games and the who lost and who won. Some of the things that go on behind the scenes, some of the things that came out in some of the press conferences, some of the things that you can look forward to probably seeing as the tournament, even before it wraps up, and some things maybe after it wraps up. We'll get into some of that stuff. The NFL owners meetings are happening right now, so look for change to come as far as this coming NFL season goes. Some big changes, some minuscule changes. We'll talk about all those things. Couple of little things happened in the NBA over the weekend. Little for some, maybe big for others, and we'll be getting to that in more and more detail. We got to talk about the Hawks a little bit as well. What's going on with them as they kind of stumble into the playoffs, and we'll try to figure that out for them. Like I said, I got some MLB stuff that's really been That's just really something that I've been. It's been in my thoughts for the better part of a year now, and like I say, got into church yesterday and got a chance to, actually formulate the thoughts and get the thoughts, organized, and saw an article that was actually written on the exact thing I wanted to talk about. So that helped me out a little bit. And then some miscellaneous, to-dos or whatnot. But
I'm always down to like a little hardball with you, dog.
But you know how I do when it comes to baseball. I don't really talk baseball. Baseball has to give me a story, like anything else.
Right.
Football really has to give me a story. Basketball, I need stories because it's cool to talk about what happened in the game, but especially for what we're doing now. I mean, everything we're doing is recorded, so the whole time sinking of what we're doing is kind of off anyway. So to me, it's more important to find an angle and talk about that. So if somebody downloads this podcast in 2 weeks, it'll still be of interest to them. I'm not still talking about, man, did you see the Hawks against the Spurs? Man, Al didn't look so good, did he? He only shot blah, 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 blah.
Well, yeah, you said it. So you got it in, bro.
So we'll
you got it in.
the whole certain things will come out, but more so than anything, there are always these ancillary things that surround things like the NCAA tournament. Like I said, man, we got basketball out, and we got cool. Yeah. Not only did we get we got college basketball out. You got to see a bunch of like wide open missed shots. We got to see a bunch of bad free throw shoot. Here's the thing about college basketball that I don't understand. Well, not that I don't understand it, but if I were playing college basketball, and let's say I'm down by 6 points with like 90-something seconds to go, and I'm not in the double bonus, I'm fouling immediately. Because the chances of this dude missing the front end of this 1-and-1 are great. You know what I mean? I'm not wasting no time playing no damn defense. For what? Because inevitably, it's college ball. It's probably going to end up in a damn foul anyway. So you wasted like 35 seconds fouling a dude on a bailout jump shot at the end of the shot clock when you could have just fouled him at the beginning and let him miss the front end of this 1-and-1 and have a whole bunch more time and extended the ball game. Like, I would use the 1-and-1 in college basketball as a weapon.
I mean, that's what we saw in that Georgia State game, the first game that they won. I mean, they sent the Baylor's leading free throw shooters, the leading free throw shooter in the conference, and one of the top 5 free throw shooters in the nation, sent him to the free throw line, and and they were like, oh my God, he's I think he was like 89% or something like that, and they were like, oh man, they just messed up sending him to the line. Just like you always talk about.
Yeah, these kids are emotionally immature, dude. Like this is real. And when I say emotionally immature, I'm not saying it as a dig. It's a fact of the matter. These 17, 18, 19-year-old kids playing on the biggest stage they ever played in their lives. I'm gonna take advantage of that. Like very few people, dude, are Fred VanVleet. You understand what I'm saying? VanVleet. He got a name like a superhero or a supervillain. I don't know, one of the two.
Oh yeah.
But the dude, first of all, he's seasoned and he's experienced. So when it's time to hit a free throw, put VanVleet on the free throw line. It's gonna go down. He's gonna hit a couple, back away, and it's gonna be good. It was something I had to say about that Kansas game. But before we get to that, because you mentioned Georgia State, and while I was watching this Georgia State thing happen and not happen, some thoughts went through my mind. First of all, dog. I can't do this thing here if I don't call bull when I see it. Like, I don't care like how cool we are with somebody or, the fact that, Coach Ron Hunter and us, we've spoken to him a couple of times. But the problem here is, and I asked you the other day, when my man fell off that stool, the first thing I asked you think he was putting on? Because I think there was some put on in that whole fall. I think it was a calculated thing that he did, but whatever. No harm, no foul. You got attention drawn to your school, to yourself.
Right.
You became the tournament darling. Cool, whatever. But then I'm watching the game the other day. Who did they lose to, Rob? I'm looking at it right here, but
Xavier.
They lost to Xavier. Yes. So the commentators, I forget who, it may have been Raftery or whoever, talking about how Coach Hunter's wife made him go get a pedicure down in Jacksonville. And, you know, his comment to them was like, pedicure? I don't even know what a pedicure is. Yep, guess what? I'm calling bull. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. We told you guys last week about Coach Hunter's pet, what I want to call it, his pet cause, or his pet, we call it his pet cause, Samaritan's Feet, an organization which provides shoes for underprivileged kids without shoes. And every year, I think maybe a couple times a year, he'll coach a basketball game barefooted, and he'll ask the student body to come out barefooted as well to kind of bring attention to the cause. And there was one time we had him on the phone during our CBS days, and I mentioned to him, like, look, man, Coach, I love to come out and support the cause. You know, I believe in what you're doing, but, you know, I got the whole Fred Flintstone thing going on below the ankles. He was like, don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. What I'll do is, if you need to come, I'll foot the bill for your pedicure. So then we kind of joked around about it, and I was like, good, I can go charge the account for the rock massage and the salt scrub and, you know, the whole spa treatment. And he was like, nah, just the pedicure, right? But then surprisingly to me, on Saturday I found this man don't even know what a pedicure is. Oh, really? Really?
They showed a picture of him. They showed a picture of him getting a pedicure in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
like,
putting on, man. He's putting on.
Yeah.
But here's the thing too, and I thought about this morning, like way after the fact, after I sent you that text. I was like, but that's a perfect opportunity to then use that platform to bring more awareness to your cause. Like, nah, you know, people see my feet all the time, because he was like, the story was his wife was tired of his feet, or his foot, the foot of the leg that he has the torn Achilles on, being on national TV. So this is the time where you're like, nah, my feet are on TV, or people see my feet all the time. Like every year we do this thing at my school at Georgia State where I coach barefooted because of Samaritan's Feet. But nah, my man is eating this up. And I'm not mad at him. Take advantage. Take full advantage. But, like, I have to call bull. Like, because no one else knows this. Well, very few people, because of the signal of the station that we were broadcasting on initially. Very few people know what I'm telling you guys. But now for my man to be like, oh, I'm so humble. I don't even know what a pedicure is. I'm just this 50-year-old, you know, down home regular guy. Come on, my man. Nah, that's not true. That's not true at all. So Coach Hunter got me to thinking. You know, again, I'm talking about these things that are going on around the game and within the game, or around the tournament and within the tournament that, you know, to me, it is more of a conversation piece than just, you know, they lost to Xavier, they were a Cinderella, blah, 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 whatever. Like, Ron Hunter is going to join, he may join a fraternity, because I saw an article today in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution about him, that he's fielding a couple of offers. You think? Because that's what it's about. Like, it's amazing to me, and Rob brought this up the other day. He was talking about, what's my guy's name? Andy Enfield. You say, who is Andy Enfield? You don't remember him anymore. Florida Gulf Coast 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Team won. Yeah, they won a couple of games in the tournament. I think it was the Atlantic 10 tournament, maybe. They beat like Georgetown and somebody else in the tournament. They won 2 games, made it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And it was all good. And here's the other funny part about that. Like the show that I produced when I was at CBS, we actually interviewed this guy before that for any of that happened. Just like on some Tom. Like my host wanted to get a guy from a small school that no one had ever heard of. We kind of like picked the name out of a hat, basically. Not literally, but in a sense we did. And ended up talking to this dude about, you know, tournament runs and you know, getting lined up for bigger jobs. He was like, oh, no, I'm happy down here. We're building something and blah, 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 blah. And company line. Yeah, they won them 2 games. My man was like, all right, who got the money and where do I sign? The 2 questions ended up being USC. You know, he ended up bumping that salary from about $100K a year to over $1 million. So there's that. Moving from, I don't guess it's pretty much a lateral move, I would think, as far as weather goes.